Welcome back to A Fifth of Jack Gaming, where today we're going to be working on another part of our Let's Play series. Today we're going to actually work on building a deck. So with that in mind, let's work on it. I'm going to take a deck that we already have together and we're going to briefly go over the different mechanic or different stuff that we can think about with a deck. So we're going to start off with the basics. First off, in Transformers, your deck can be a minimum of 40 cards. You normally want to stay right around 40 cards to be most efficient with that. Also, a play set of a card in a deck is a set of 3. And then we also have different colors that goes over with different mechanics that goes towards those cards. I grabbed our recently reviewed Galaxy Brawn deck to be able to illustrate those. So with that, let's get started. Black is going to be for Pierce. That's going to be direct damage that goes right into the enemy, no matter how much they have blocked. Talking about blocking, blue is how much they end up defending with. Doesn't help you on an attack unless you have cards that change that otherwise, but blue adds more defense. And then you also have cards that have the color orange, which is normally on attack. Orange is what you count for attacking other bots. Green means that you could fetch it, so after you end up flipping it and after it's all counted, you could discard a card and to get that back to your hand. White allows you a trigger on the first white one, you get to flip 2 more cards. If you have a second white after that, you don't get to have that trigger. And then something that's new that came with that is that you're going to have specific requirements to be getting a pip. Like in the Spyrmeister Rus, you have to have a specialist to make this black pip count. That's going to be found with airplanes, tanks, trucks, and other things like that. So with that in mind, let's dive into what you end up doing. So what you're going to do with your deck is first decide on what your characters are going to be. Once you get your characters decided, that's where you start filling out your deck. With this one, I have Brawn, Flame War, and General Optimus Prime, Galactic Commander. So the big thing is with Galactic Commander, he has it when you flip over that you get to play an action on the one side, and then on the other side, he has it when you flip over an orange and a blue card, you'll be able to play an upgrade after everything gets counted onto Optimus Prime. But that's not the only thing that we have to worry about. We also have to worry about Brawn, where he gets a bonus for each, if the character has more stars than what he is. Coming in at 5 stars, there's a good chance of that actually happening. He'll end up getting more Pierce or more defense, depending on the side. But it also requires on the different color pips that we end up flipping. So that's why this deck ended up becoming more of a mixed deck of the pips, because of that with Brawn. So a couple other mechanics that you could be thinking about itself is tough. Tough is when you're defending, you get to flip however much your tough is. So let's say you have tough 2 and you're defending, you get to flip 2 more cards on defense, trying to make you more pillowy for your characters to be able to protect themselves. You also have bold, which on the offense, you get to flip more cards and everything. That's normally found with orange going on with that. You see some with your blue decks and everything, but bold is on attack. Pierce, like you see down here, is straight up damage like we covered before. You have other cards that end up doing direct damage itself, like Sturdy Javelin could end up doing on a ranged character, where you sacrifice this and be able to do 2 damage to any kind of a bot. So you got a bunch of different options that you can end up going. The question is what your character is going to, that you have picked out. That's going to decide what your deck's going to end up doing and how your deck's going to do it. So before you get building a deck, pick out your characters first and then go from there. Any questions? Put it down in the comments down below. If you're liking the videos that we put out, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon to be notified about any of our future content. Also, it would be kind of nice if you're liking us to be able to tell your friends. As I say, who doesn't want to be learning a new card game? Till next time, roll out.